Hey, I just want to start this video off saying there will be spoilers since I'm going through the epic sagas last to first, I know. So if you haven't listened to the new saga yet, go do that and then you can come back and watch this video. So I got into epic just at the beginning of November and instantly I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I just decided to sit down one day and listen to it, and I have not regretted it since. It literally is such a masterpiece. I totally admire the creator, because as I've watched more of his videos, I'm like, oh man, he really does know what he's doing. So here is the first piece of fan art I decided to do for it, because, I want to show my appreciation for this magnificent work of art. And I think I did pretty good, except I did forget the Odysseus's beard. But I think it's good, and the final product will be here soon. Here it is. Yeah. Now this next one, I do want to redo because I really want all my fan arts to be like canon events in the story, and this one is just kind of a meme. I still like how I drew, I don't want to butcher his name because I can say it in my head. I'm not sure if I can say it in real life, but Odysseus' son, I do really like how I portrayed him and how I drew him. But overall, this piece was just supposed to be a meme, so, I'm proud of it, but I'm also not at the same time, because I love how I drew it, but it's just so random, and I kind of don't care for it too much anymore. The only part I like about it is the little Odysseus' son right there, and, yeah. But by far, the Wisdom Saga, it's a really good saga. I think my favorite sagas are the Underworld and Ocean Saga, and swap those out because I think I would put Ocean above Underworld. But my favorite song is from the Underworld Saga, and maybe I'll say that when we get to that piece of art that I made. But the Wisdom Saga, it has really good songs that I like. I really like it, and it's a new thing because we're following a different set of characters, because usually we're following Odysseus, but while he's trapped on the island for 7 years, we have to follow someone, right? So yay, we got a bit of Ithaca and more Athena and stuff. And here's the finished artwork here. Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying yeah at the end of everything. Anyways, I really like how I drew the cow here. And there were so many things I wanted to draw for the Thunder Saga, but this is what I decided to go with. Eurylochus. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. Slaying the cow, the Helios's cow. And I kind of made it like a comic strip because in my head I didn't know how I was going to include Odysseus in it, so he's kind of facing him right here, so I just put him in a little bubble because I wouldn't be able to have drawn his face if I would have had him facing him otherwise. So I did a little comic style for this one, and I think it's really good. Once we get to the color, you'll see I really like how I did the color in this. To depict that it was the Sun God's Island, we had to have sun elements here, and it's very yellow and bright, and I love how I made it. I showed this to someone, and they said they really liked how the cow looked, so yay. I'm really proud of that cow. I think I peaked, and I won't be able to draw a better cow than that. Anyways, what else to talk about? If you haven't listened to Epic the Musical, I highly recommend it, even if this video is spoiling a tiny bit for you. It's not spoiling everything, just with the fan arts I've done. But yeah, I have not been this hyped up for a certain thing in so long, and it, if I'm this hyped up about it, some of you might be too, so I urge you, if you've heard about this and you've been wanting to try it out, you've been wanting to listen to it, I encourage you to do so. And here's the finished artwork for the Thunder Saga. Now, my favorite song in the Underworld Saga is not the one I did for the fan art, although, like, honestly, all of them are just, like, amazing. But my favorite song in the whole musical, and, you know, obviously in this saga, is Monster, which, the more I've researched about this musical, I heard it's the closing to Act 1 song, so the creator is definitely doing something right, because that's my favorite song. It's kind of like the defying gravity of this musical. I really like how I did the colors in this one. It totally fits the feel of the underworld. I should stop saying but yeah, there was a lot of room to do fan art for this saga too, but I ultimately decided on, you know, what you're seeing right now. Seriously, like, there's only 3 songs in this saga, but they're all just amazing. Like, man, the creator really knows what he's doing. I have so much respect for him because, it's just so good, you guys. Yeah, the coloring in this was very, I'm not gonna say different to what I normally do, but, you know, it was sort of different. And here it is. Next up is the Circe saga, which this holds a very special place in my heart, even if it's not in, like, the top 3. Actually, what are my top 3? I'd say Ocean Saga, Underworld Saga, and maybe either this one, the Wisdom Saga, the Vengeance Saga, or the Choice Saga. But yeah, I definitely have the top 2 favorite, and I just really like how I did the, like, flowers in this, and how pink and purple this artwork is. You can see some reference photos I had at this on the side and stuff. And I really like how I just drew Circe in this piece. It was kind of inspired by, like, different artists I've seen. Like, I kind of compiled all their designs into one design for her, and this is kind of my take on her design. So, I mean, I hope you guys like it. Yeah, I really like how I did this piece, and again, like I've been saying throughout this video, if you haven't listened to Epic, please do so. You'll be doing yourself a favor. It's, like, really good with the storytelling. Oh, and I really like how I did this background too, like, and, like, again, the flowers, look at them. You gotta look at them. I'm making you look at them right now. You gotta. Honestly, my favorite song of this saga, like, they're all very good, and I really like Hermes' song, Wouldn't You Like? But I think besides Hermes' song, I would have to say Done For is my favorite. Oh, and here's the final piece. That went by quickly. Here is my favorite saga, the Ocean Saga, and I'm so proud of this one. Like, I think this is when I peaked when I was doing the fan arts for this, because there's 2 more after this, and I didn't necessarily burn myself out, but it's like, I put so much effort in this one that the other ones, even though they're good, they feel just a tiny bit lackluster. I still like how I did the other ones, but just enjoy this one while you can, because this one's, like, my peak, I would say. Like, it's so good. And I also really, like, I was thinking about how I was gonna draw Poseidon, and I really like how Disney characterized, designed their, like, the Greek gods and Hercules, and so I decided, like, to separate them from the mortals. Like, I could do the colored skin, so Poseidon has blue skin, but I also took inspiration from other stuff, and I really like how I drew his trident in this piece. You'll see when I, like, draw it and get the color and shading on it. It's really cool. And obviously you can see my reference pictures on the side there. Man, like, along with Monster from the Underworld saga, Ruthlessness from this saga is up there for favorite songs of mine from Epic. Man, they're so good. Seriously, I know I sound like a broken record, but you guys need to listen to this musical, and then, like, go follow the creator, because He literally knows what he's doing. Okay, like, I can't stress that enough. He knows what he's doing. I swear, he does. And then there's Odysseus getting drawn, and yeah, I just, like, this is a moment of vulnerability for him, you know, like, how is he gonna face up against Poseidon? So there he is, just on the boat. I didn't want to draw anyone else, so no one else is around him. And here's the final product, comic style. And okay, here's the Cyclops saga. I think out of all the saga fan arts I've done, for this, I think this one, like, this one's still good, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I feel like the way I shaded it, it just took the life out of the drawing, and I really do think this is my least favorite. But I do like how I designed or redesigned Athena in this in my style, so that's the plus side. And I like how I drew the Cyclops, which was, as you can see from the reference pictures on the side, I kind of just, like, was inspired by that, because I didn't exactly know how I was going to do it. I was going to do it like Disney did it, but I was looking at how Disney did it, and I'm like, I don't think I can draw that, and I don't think I want to, so I looked for a different inspiration. And yeah, here's Odysseus, and this is my favorite song from the Cyclops saga, Remember Them, when he's like, finally says his name, and then the Cyclops is basically Draco Malfoy, and he's like, my father will hear about this. I'm not gonna attempt to do a British accent. I don't do that on video because every time I force it, it doesn't turn out good. But anyways, Cyclops basically is Draco Malfoy in this moment where he's like, I'm gonna tell my dad, and, you know, he's gonna torture you for the next, decade or so. And then Athena is like, oh my gosh, like, why are you doing this? Why? I love how I did these text bubbles, but it took a really long time, and I would do it again, but yeah, it took a really long time. And we're about to see the final product after I finish doing this line work. Boom, final product. And the last one, or should I say the first one? Yeah, I did this backwards, because I thought, oh, if my first art of this was the last saga, why don't I just go backwards? And so, yeah, this is this is Odysseus dealing with having to please Zeus, because even though he's like, hey Zeus, like, what if instead of killing this child I raise him as my own, Zeus is like, what if you do that, then I'll just tell this baby what you did to the Trojans, and he'll kill you later. And it's like, Zeus, you're making this harder than it has to be, because, like, what the heck? Anyways, I wish I could say more, but here it is.